Hello, and welcome to the Clifford Nicgorski show. Hi. I'm on the road to work once again, and man, I'm listening to Joe Rogan. I keep up with Joe Rogan when I see he's with a guest. He's got a guest on that I really like, and he's got Duncan Trussell on the episode I'm listening to, and he's talking about how funny somebody is. Tony Hinchcliffe. He's talking about how funny he is. And he's like, oh, and Tony just comes at you with these roast jokes, and they're just bangers. And he's so excited and enthusiastic about how funny Tony Hinchcliffe is. But that's kind of Joe Rogan's thing, He gets real enthusiastic about stuff. If he's talking about eating pasta, he's just like, oh, and you get the pasta, and oh my God, nothing better. You'd be astonished at how much I can eat. And it's got the meatballs and the marinara, and then you get those sausages, and he's just so worked up. And he's talking like that about comedy, and like, this is so funny. I mean, nothing's funnier. I mean, he's got to be the best in the world at this. And he's like so pumped and excited, and all I can think of is I don't get that excited about anything really in life. I don't hear something that's really funny and just like, oh my God, it was so funny. I like Nathan Fielder. I think that's like genius. My mind's just blown watching his work, like with The Curse and all his shows, Nathan For You. I think there's a lot of, my mind does get blown, and I'm taken aback by talent a lot. And I don't know, maybe it's just a more stoic, I kind of soak it in, and I go, wow. Let it kind of wash over me. But I can't imagine getting that excited. Just, oh my God, and it's just one joke after the next, and I can't believe it. Oh, wow. And there's nothing better. There's nothing better. Oh, when you're laughing and having a good time. I just can't imagine feeling that way inside. There's a guy at my work. He's one of the clients. He comes in there. He's staying with us. I don't want to go into detail too much, but I work at a facility where people go and they work on themselves. And you know what? You shouldn't really be criticizing these people, but it's personality stuff. If you take this guy, you sober him up, you get him in a great place in life, there's still going to be this personality trait at the core of the person. It's just, I ran into this guy in life, this type of guy in life many times over. And he's one of those kind of Rogan-y guys who's just like, he's so eager to laugh and feel good that it's almost scary to me. It's almost dark. It's almost becomes like a manic, like, oh no. When this guy leaves the room, he's gonna shut down. And it's gonna get really dark in his head the second he's removed from this experience that he's in right now with everybody in this room. Because I'll hear him laughing from the other room, and there'll be like a group of like 5 or 6 people, and then I hear him laughing, and he's laughing the hardest. Everyone's having a good laugh, but he's just, ah! He's losing his mind over the joke. And there's a point when he's like losing his mind in the joke where I could tell, I don't think he got what the joke was. You know, I don't think he understood the joke. I think he just likes laughing. Because the things he adds to the joke, you know how like someone will say something funny, everyone's kind of laughing, and then kind of everybody puts a little tag on the joke, you know, like, oh man, that's why I don't eat out. You know, oh man. Well, I gotta tell you, I feel bad for the waiter. And then everyone starts laughing. And then this guy will come in with like, oh man, I always break my pencil. And you're just kind of like, what? You always break your pencil? We're talking about an experience with a waiter at the restaurant, and you just said real loud right there after a huge laugh, where the kind of laugh where I would go, if anyone got this joke, it's got to be this guy. And then you add something like that in, and it makes me go, I don't think you know what anyone was laughing about. I think you just want to feel good. And I guess the part that's offensive to me is that it's got to break my heart. You know what I mean? I see a guy behaving like that, and it breaks my heart. I go, oh, this poor soul. He just wants to feel good because he feels so bad inside. And so I go, wow, you took like a fun. Because when I first hear everyone start laughing, I go, oh man, that's good. Now that's good medicine. You know, I remember these guys when they first got here, and everyone was quiet. No one knows anybody. Everyone's a little awkward, and the first week or so, it's a little strange there. And then I hear everybody hanging out together, sitting in the living room, and you got 8 people all having a great laugh together. And I go, wow, that is nice. But then all of a sudden, this guy, he just comes in harder than anybody. Ah! 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 He's losing his mind with laughter. And then he adds in something. He tags the joke with a statement that lets me know he doesn't have a clue what's happening in that room. And then the laughter will kind of die off, and then it kind of starts picking up again, and then he's back at it. And yeah, I don't know what to do with people like that. I'll see have you ever seen like a dad age guy? Maybe he's in his late 40s, like anywhere from 40, 45, 50 and on. And you bring up Bill Burr. You say something about Bill Burr, and they're, I love Bill Burr. Oh, man, he's good. He's good. If you ever want to make a straight 40 middle-aged man happy, you just say, do you know Bill Burr? And they'll go, oh, yeah, I know Bill. Oh, man, I love it. There was a guy the other day who was one of those, like, I love Bill Burr. And there's like, hecklers, and he's letting the heckler have it, and he's just eating it up, man. He just loves it. And all I could think is, I don't love anything like that. I don't see somebody else do something and then I'm losing my mind on my end and screaming and yelling about it, about how wonderful it is. I mean, you show me a Johnny Greenwood song, you show me the Phantom Thread soundtrack, and I'm enthralled. I think it's beautiful. There Will Be Blood soundtrack, or, just even the movie itself, and I'm completely blown away by it. But if I were to, talk about it with someone, I'm not going to say, oh, that Paul Thomas Anderson, oh my God, it's so good. And that Daniel Day-Lewis, oh, when he's in character, oh man, he's that character from before they're filming to months after. I hear that it takes them several months to ramp down from being the character. And he goes back and he cobbles shoes for a year just to unwind from being that character. Oh my God. I can't imagine emoting like that about even things that I truly admire. So this little man, I'm probably gonna see him today, and he'll be laughing. This guy also does this thing where he is watching your lips, and he's trying to guess what you're gonna say next and say it at the same time as you. And I know with me, he's always wrong. He's always finishing my sentence and has no clue what I'm gonna say next. And he has no idea the intention of why I started the sentence. I could be saying something about how I've got to go inside and get the car keys so I can drive to the pharmacy. And I'll say the first thing, I got to go get your hat from inside. No, I'm not trying to get my hat from inside. I got to go get the car wash coupon. No, not the car wash coupon, the car keys. Yeah, I gotta go get them from inside. Inside the office? No, inside the house. Because I have to go to the supermarket. No, please stop finishing my sentences. Please. I gotta go to the pharmacy to pick up some Q-tips? Some Q-tips! No, not Q-tips. I have to pick up the medication for Steven! No, not for Steven. Stop trying to finish my fucking sentence. You have no idea where I'm going with the sentence. You got no idea why. I'm bringing it up to begin with. Maybe I'm saying I gotta go get the car keys because you won't shut the hell up and I need to get moving and I gotta get out of here. But now you're making this whole thing take 10 times longer than it needs to because you're finishing my sentences wrong. So it's an incredible kind of guy. He's also a pretty hefty, white, bright white guy, pink. And he claims to be from Compton. And there's this thing where I work, whenever there's there's like a large amount of white guys that come in that claim to be Bloods and Crips. I don't know what's going on with that, but they seem to think it's really impressive, and they think that none of us will know if they're telling the truth or not. But it's obvious that they're not Bloods and Crips. But they like learned all the lingo, so they're talking all this Bloods and Crip talk, and you're sitting there just going, oh my goodness. You don't realize that we know you're full of shit, and you just keep going on about this and telling us how tough you are and how badass you are. But yeah, the one guy, he's telling us he's a Blood, he's a Crip, and he's trying to do the talk, and he's doing it all wrong. He's finishing off your sentences with the wrong words. He's dying laughing, but he doesn't know what the joke is or understand the joke. Chances are he doesn't even hear what the joke is. He just hears the laughter and goes, I need to get in on the laughter. Which, you know what? Ultimately, that's not a problem. Sometimes you just need to laugh. I get it. You're sitting there, you're going, I'm really sad. I really need a good laugh. And I'll get one wherever I can. I don't care if I hear the joke. If I hear a group of people starting to laugh, I'm joining in. I'm getting in on some of that. I want the good stuff. And I intend on getting in there and getting it. I'm gonna fucking laugh my brains out if I hear anyone start to laugh. I don't give a fuck what they just said. Yeah, so your mom just died, and then everyone starts laughing. He's going, yeah, so anyways, that's my deal right now, is I don't go crazy over something. If I eat something that's delicious, this is gonna be my review. I'm gonna go, man, you really need to try this sandwich. It's really good. Trust me. Well, if you like a Reuben, you gotta go try it here. It's gotta be one of the best. And then that's about it. That's all the enthusiasm you're gonna get from me. I can't be one of the guys just, then you take a bite, and you got sauerkraut juice dripping down your face, and you got the Russian dressing just splashing all over the place, and oh my God, the pastrami's just pouring out of the bread. I can't do that with anyone. And when people start doing it with me, I just go, I hate it. I hate this place. I never want to eat at where you're talking about. You're too thrilled. Oh, Bill Burr. Yeah, he's so great. He don't put up with shit. And he's got a mouth on him, too, you know. He's had it up to here, and so have I. We've both had it up to here. And nobody can describe how they've had it up to here better than Bill Burr. It makes them feel good to hear someone bitch, because people in general, they love to bitch and complain. And that's what I'm doing right now, currently. But this is just my way of bitching and complaining. That's like me complaining about complainers. You know what I hate? Complainers. You know what I'm talking about? Someone who'll go on for 19 minutes and 50 seconds about stuff they don't like. You know, they don't know when to stop. They just keep going and going and going. I can't stand a complainer. You know, the people who just can't let things slide off their shoulder. They gotta hold on to it, get their phone out, film themselves talking about it for 20 minutes. I hate that. I can't stand it. Alright, well, that's all I got. I'm headed into work, and I can't stand it today. I do not want anything to do with doing anything I don't want to do. But I'm going in, and I'm going to get a little chuckle to myself today when I hear this guy laughing. So you'll have 3 different layers of laughter. You'll have the people in the group who are genuinely laughing at the story. Then you'll have the little fat bald guy who's white but says he's a Crip, but you could tell when he tries to talk tough, he's just talking how people talk to him when they're bullying him. You know, he has to like walk to the store and people are like punking him and taking his money. He acts like he's that guy doing it to other people, but he's not. He's a victim in the situation. So you'll have the original joke in the story and the group of people laughing. Then you're gonna have this guy who just desperately needs a good laugh, and he's just waiting to hear laughter so he can join in on it, and he doesn't care what you just said. You could have just done a hilarious joke, and the punchline is because he's an N-word, and you could have just dropped a hard N-word at the end of the joke, and if everyone starts laughing, he's joining in. And he's going to laugh harder than anyone. He doesn't care what you just said. And then you're going to have the third layer, me. I'm going to be laughing at the guy who's laughing at the laughter. And all of us will be feeling good. And isn't that what matters most in this world, you know? Just trying to find the fun, the positive element to a not so great situation. Well, it starts off good. Well, I guess it starts off bad because people have to be at the facility, and then they start having fun and they laugh, but then it's tainted because this abused, victimized, weird white guy who pretends he's a blood needs to laugh at all costs, and he starts laughing, and he kind of takes the wind out of the room by overdoing it with his reaction to the joke. So then it gets bad again, but then there I am, the hero of the story. I turn it back into something fun, because now I'm laughing at that guy. Well, we can't all be heroes. That otherwise it wouldn't be a hero. You couldn't have heroes without. You know what's crazy about a hero is there has to be victims and cowards. So the majority of the world has to be victims and cowards for a hero to exist. Isn't that crazy? It's like when you celebrate a hero, you're simultaneously saying, well, because I'm a fucking coward and a victim. Thank you. Here's an award. And they give you a Purple Heart. Thanks for stepping up and not being like the rest of us. Cowardice victims. wow, that's incredible. You're the exception to the rule. Because most people will run and protect themselves and protect their own lives. Or they're having their lives put in jeopardy. And you're the one person who is gonna do what we've decided is the right thing. The right thing to do is be the hero. Yet, so few people are the hero. To the degree of we got to give them an award for being an exceptional human. That's interesting. Or we got to at least acknowledge them for being one of the few people who do the right thing. But what does that say about humanity? Don't you immediately go, what else do we expect from others that few of us are willing to do? You look at murder, and there's a lot of murdering going on. That seems to almost be the rule. Or, if you look at all the different crimes combined, every level of crime, theft, murder, rape, child abuse, elderly abuse, now we have people who are like making an unsafe workplace for others, people that are racist. Then you take the people who are sexist, and then you take people who are homophobic, transphobic, all the people who are unaccepting of other religions. Every religion has a group of people who don't accept it and don't accept the religious beliefs. You've got people that eat meat are looked down on by the vegans. If you look at all the different categories of horrible people, it seems like the world is mostly made of horrible people. All right. Bye. Till next time.